Those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above the clear outside, it's the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Well, there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws go seeking life, make the free Mexican Air Force Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A strange and innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of life, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet Santeria. The law wants it all, cause they think the wine we can free. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of mine. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody flying so high. Yeah. Flying tonight.
Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka 2. You know I had to drop a track with my boy.
Where you at?
Yeah, I've been here rapping boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting up fights on the table. Coming that boxing since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. I'm the people simple like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke a little weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the peak. Little block on my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out Max Jack, real shit, that's my fucking dude. ice. We always cooking on a pan. Straps on my side, I ain't talking about no sin. Bruce packs me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Hey, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you could never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Salute. Where's my lighter? Bruce Gas here with you. Thank you so much for coming by on a Sunday evening, man. See if anybody else wants to pile in here. We can smoke a little weed to start the show off, which I like to do. I don't hit on the toka too much during the day anymore, but Sunday. I got me a nice little nugget of the Granddaddy Perp over here. Let me get that focus in there. I have to put my hand behind it. I got this arthritis in my shoulder. Kind of makes me shake a little bit. Yeah, put that in there, and there we go. See that little gem right there? That's what's taking us through the show here tonight. Punching Bag Skunk, my brother, salute. Andrew Charles, MP, what the fuck? Iceman, D-Ray, thank you guys for coming in here, man. Just a little Sunday night, kicking back over here on the ranch. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:07 to be precise. We just unwinding after a glorious week over here, man. A glorious week. It was about 100 out there today, but my wife went and bought a couple of air conditioners about 2 weeks ago. Put them up in the house, man. Haven't had air conditioning in here ever, and you don't argue with a hot wife who's hot. You know what I'm saying, bro? So now we got it's hovering about 80 in here, nice. I mean, all day. I mean, it was too hot to even take the dog for the second walk. I take him for the early one in the morning, but man, it gets warm. It gets real warm over here in New England. My brother Punching Bag Skunk will tell you, man, we get humid up here, bro. We get a wet heat. Makes everything stick to us. So what did you cats think of this weekend's boxing? Was it was it okay? Was it not what we expected? 86 boxing, my brother. Thank you for coming in here, man. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by, man. Please hit that like, that thumbs up sign. You know it, brother. Rhode Island strong. Over here on the Monhoe Bay in the lovely city of Bristol. It's warm. We're having a mini heat wave, I guess they call them around here. 3 or 4 days where it's uncomfortable, sticky, and your deodorant doesn't work. You got fucking swamp ass. It's like it's a tough thing hanging out there, man. Driving around, it's like you want to get into an air conditioned place fast, bro. And this is the first year since I've been living in this house since 1979. Since 1980, I'm sorry. I had an air conditioner the first year I moved in here. Didn't need it. Didn't want it. But global warming, whatever we want to call it, climate change, things aren't the same anymore. And maybe I'm not the same. Maybe I'm not that tough old cat that would work in the field all day and come back and sit in his fucking 90-degree apartment with a 6-pack by his side. And you know what, man. But we're appreciated. I thank God for every day. And some days are hot, but the nice thing about being hot is you don't have to pay the heating bill. The heating bill kills me in the winter around here, man. Let's delve into last night's boxing, if we may. Let's see here, man. I'm gonna start off with the fight that we were all anticipating, and that was Virgil Ortiz. Michael McKinson. He got beat up, bro. He came in here unbeaten record, and I think they were supposed to fight earlier, before Virgil heard it. Virgil had something wrong with his insides. He was pissing blood. He was in a bad way. He hasn't boxed for a year, but I think he was supposed to fight McKinson, who I don't know how they elevated him to a mandatory a title elimination, because Michael McKinson, he has no power. He have like about a 9% knockout ratio. But Virgil was like I said, he was coming off an injury, coming off a long layoff, and for a young guy, that's not a good thing, man. Back in the day, 8-10 round fighters, they were fighting 3-4 times a year, sometimes 5 times a year. They want to keep busy, keep those muscles lubricated, keep that action going, stay winning, stay learning. And Boots Ennis, he's at that point now where he's one of the best in the welterweight division. His learning cue is kind of leveled off here. He's got to fight the top fighters out there, or we're not going to stand for it. And I put a little poll up today: Virgil Hill and Jaron Boots Ennis. Excuse me. Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. That's a fight we do want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it tomorrow, because now here we go again, man. Bud and Errol, they're banging pussies back and forth. I don't know what's going on. I don't have privy to be behind the scenes. One of the things I heard was Errol gets a repeat match clause in his contract and Bud doesn't. But I guess, if it's A side, B side, I guess that's what it's all about now. Something that was never even a consideration back in the day. There was, of course, there was A side, B side, but it wasn't so published as it is now. And anyway, man, I just hope that fight gets signed, because it's going to suck. It's going to be a sin. It's going to be a sin against boxing if this fight doesn't get signed. I've been waiting for this for years now. I mean, we don't. We have unified welterweight, and we have Bud Crawford, undefeated 3-weight division champion. Carl, my brother, salute, bro, salute. Flawless Mark, flawless mentality, and BE hosted by Dr. Mark. Salute, my brother, Dr. Mark, man. Thank you for coming by, brother. So where does Virgil Ortiz go here? Is he ready for Jaron Boots Ennis? Some people say no. I say yeah, bro. I say you're in that category now. You're what, an interim champ, silver belt. I don't even know what they define some of these titles anymore. But once you get up to these titles, man, you're in the shit, bro. You don't have time to go back and fight these. I'm not going to call them tomato cans, because these are boxers, but they're not on your level. They're not elite boxers. When you get into that stage where you're in the top 5, you want to fight somebody that has that's known, that somebody knows who they are. It's like people are saying, well, Ennis and Ortiz, that'd be a good fight in about 2 years. I mean, 2 years. What can happen in the boxing world in 2 months? Today maybe nothing. But in reality, in the real days of boxing, in 2 years, that was 7-8 fights. You lose one of those fights, and the allure of this undefeated matchup goes away. Because right now, getting back to Spence and Crawford, that's Leonard and Hearns your generation, of your lifetime. You're not going to get a bigger fight than that. See, I had Leonard and Hearns, you know, and you know, there were a few great welterweight fights that happened back in the day that we still talk about, man. You know, we had Tito Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya. You know, much more anticipated than the actual fight turned out to be. But man, you know, it was getting on for some, to get the belts together, to the champions fighting each other, the best fighting the best. That's what boxing's all about. And now that Virgil Ortiz is up there in the upper echelon, you know, hey, you know, like my brother Chad says, you know, you're a fireman. If it's your first day on the job and there's a 5 alarmer, what are they going to say? Oh, no, kid, you stay here in the firehouse. Well, you know, you're a professional. You're in the elite. You go out there and you put that fire out. And that's what I say about Virgil Ortiz. I say he should fight Boots Ennis. You know, and especially if Bud Crawford and Errol Spence are going to sit on that belt and go back and forth, not fight, not even fight other people, which is a sin anyway. They should be fighting each other. You know, I don't know what goes on in contract negotiations, how much they're supposed to get from this fight. All I know is, man, boxing's always been a game where you fight the next in line, you beat them, and you're going to move on. You know, that's every boxer's plan in boxing is to fight better fighters. You know, you sharpen steel. Shit doesn't stop at sharpen steel. You bang heads with other boxers. Other boxers, if they're in this game to be what they should be, they don't care about a loss. Well, they don't think about a loss. You go in there and you have a plan. You go in there to win, which is what boxing is all about. And we'll get to this other fight that we saw on the card. We saw Maurice Hooker. Carlos Mendoza, my bro. Salute. We saw Maurice Hooker. He took on Blair the Flair. You know, Blair the Flair coming off a knockout to Rocha, who shouldn't have had any business fighting him in the first place, but he beat him. And a lot of people gave up on Blair the Flair. But I think more people, or myself, Maurice Hooker, you know, he was not the same fighter. And I mean, obviously not the fighter that he was at 140 when he had a world title. But now he's lost his last 2 fights. He looked really bad last night. He didn't have a plan. He didn't come in the ring in shape. You know, he comes in 3 pounds overweight at the weigh-in. Paid his fine for that. He looked like a monster compared to Blair the Flair. But Blair the Flair, what he has to do is he has to get his boxing style a little more straightened out, because he's got the mental attitude. People love him. People are gonna go and they're gonna tune in. I'm not gonna say he's a pay-per-view star, because pay-per-view. When we want to talk about that, we want to talk about streaming is the new pay-per-view. Pay-per-view does not exist anymore, man. When they talk about pay-per-view numbers, how can they base this on, oh, he's got 350,000 pay-per-views. Yeah, how many people stole the fucking thing? Not stole it. They're giving it to us. You can Google. I Googled last night, VIP Sports, boom, boom. I was in there, and what other one did I watch? I can't even remember. But I had two streams going on. They're both coming in perfect. You know, pay-per-view has to think of a new way to sell their product. Virtual boxing, something like that, where we can put the glasses on and, you know, actually get involved, get virtually involved here, go to the corners with them, become the referee if we want to. I mean, there's so many possibilities. But pay-per-view, nah. And Blair the Flair, man, you know, you would bring crowds. That's what they want to see. It's going to be live television, man, and that's the way it has to be. Tony Boswell, my brother, thank you for coming by, man. OTB, salute, my bro. I got to keep an eye on the chat. I know it's a small little channel here. We get a few stragglers that come in here and say hi, and I gotta make sure I keep an eye on there, because, you know, when I go in a channel and I don't get shouted out, man, I'm like, what the fuck, man, you know? Jose Diaz, my bro. Mad Chad, salute. Reyes Brothers, salute, man. Reyes Brothers. I hope that's that. I hope they get 2 likes for that, brother. Salute, man. Salute. Water, water. Everybody remember, drink your water daily. But yeah, man. I think Mo Hooker, excuse me, has obviously seen his best days. And from what I understand, he's got 7 kids at home, so retirement. You know, it's tough for a boxer when they retire. What do boxers do? Oscar Prince, salute my brother. You know, what does a retired boxer do? I don't know, man. You know, it's really, you know, you think about it. A boxer has to dedicate himself at a young age, man. He's got to think college. You know, that's a Darren Van Horn. You know, that's a Bobby Ches. We're talking about, and believe me, those are exceptional boxers. But we're talking about hard knock. Your school is in the gym. You know, your diploma is a pat in the ass from your coach saying you've done a good job, kid. And you know, this is what the way boxers do it. And then when everyone retire, you know, your career is over. There's nothing they can do. Social Security is an option, believe me. A lot of boxers, they don't think about that, but that's the government's job, is to take care of its retired citizens. You know, make sure they stay healthy. But unfortunately, that's not a lot, and it's, you know, and it's very, very distressing and very, very takes a lot out of you. You know, you got to make a lot of calls, you got to wait in a lot of lines, fill out a lot of forms. But it's tough, you know. Boxers, man, you know. I wish we had an organization that would take care of retired boxers, like, you know, like the Teamsters do for their drivers. But you know, I don't think we're gonna have a Jimmy Hoffa come into boxing. Any of my bros out there or sisters that want to come in here, man, I'm gonna drop a link in there. They can stop in, say hello on this Sunday night. Did I get that right here, man? Let me see if I did. Yeah, I think I did. Any of you cats want to come up and join me? Two Matadors. Salute to you, my brother. My man Jose Diaz. Get a hard fisherman down there in Florida, bro. And a hard smoker. I get along good with Jose. But yeah, man, the boxing it's a crazy world, you know. And sometimes I get really discouraged with boxing. You know, it's been happening to me lately. I've been getting really, really down with it because there's just so much negativity and so much bullshit and so much not boxing that's happening in boxing right now, man. And it's like, you know, it almost makes me want to say, fuck boxing. You know what I did this afternoon? I watched a movie. Me and my wife, we watched the new Predator movie, Prey. And it was good, man. It was about the Predator coming to America in the late 1700s and landing on the plains. And was the Cherokees? I'm not sure, but it was. There were a few white men in there. They were French traders, and they got their asses fucking kicked, man. Predator kicked that fucking shit out of them. I was so glad the dog didn't die, man, because they, you know, the protagonist. I'm not gonna blow it for you. Believe me, I'm not gonna tell you what. I'm just gonna tell you it was such a good movie, and it had nothing to do with boxing. You know, life goes on without boxing, but you know, like I said at the beginning of my thing. Let me see if I can find it. I found. In fact, I've got a sweatshirt that I ordered, but I had to take this. I had to take this little. Is this it right here? Yeah, it is, man. Boxing like weed, man. Can't stop, won't stop. That's what it is, man. You know, I say I've had it with fucking boxing. I really do, man. I lie to myself and I say I'm not gonna even deal with these fucking boxing channels that do nothing but talk bullshit. And you know, boxing is the third topic on the menu. But hey, you know, as long as we keep it real, alcohol is legal. Well, some, you know, that's the weirdest thing. I've often thought about that. If alcohol were invented today, would it be classified? Would it be legal? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But it is what it is, and weed is legal now in Rhode Island, which is such a good thing, man. I still get my marijuana card. I think it expires. Damn it, it's real soon. Is my wallet over here? Yeah. I think it expires like next month or something, and they're still sending me texts and stuff to get it renewed. And I'm like, why? And they said, well, you can get medical grade marijuana. I'm like, what's medical grade marijuana? What's the difference between that and the stuff that here's my weed card. It expires on 9/21/2022. So it expires next month on the 21st. But you can have more weed in Rhode Island now. Mark Nash, my brother, salute. You can have more weed in Rhode Island now than you could when it was illegal. You can have, when you had a medical marijuana card, I think I could have like 6 ounces or something like that in a house to grow. I don't even remember what the restrictions were, but I know now that they legalized it. You can have 10 ounces in your house, bro. I mean, the guys I used to go and buy my weed from, they didn't have 10 ounces in their fucking house. Sometimes maybe, but it's better than the weed, bro. It's I think it's going to become more socially acceptable. More than the alcohol, but it's such a gray area right now around here because you can walk down the street in front of a cop and fire up with a fucking blunt, babe. Andre, salute, man. Thank you for listening, man. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, man. Mark Nash, my brother. Shout out to you, Mark Nash. Peace, man. Thank you for coming by. But yeah, let's get back to boxing. Let's get back to my old lover, you know, my scorned lover. The lady who's cheated on me, taken my money, left me fucking high and dry and empty. But yet I always come back. And let's hope we see Blair the Flair Cobb fight some reputable competition here, man, because he doesn't have time to fuck around either, man. 2 years, come on. 2 years, it's another crop, or boxers get old. L-Dub, salute, my brother, salute, man. L-Dub, when it comes to boxing, smartest guy in the room. But yeah, man, and the main event, man. Where does Jaron Boots Ennis go now? You know, Michael McKinnison. Like we talked about it earlier, just for a few seconds. I go all over the place. That's right. I don't have a structure. I write nothing down. I looked at YouTube tonight, and I said, you know, I don't see anybody on that I want to hop on with, that I want to go on and listen to. So I said, fuck it. Let me just turn it on, see what's happening, man. I thank you, cats, for coming in here. I really appreciate it. I figure I just, you know, throw a little music in the background, talk about the fights we saw last night, the fights that are coming up. You know, I think it's a good time for heavyweights, man. You know, I like what's going down with the heavyweight division, with the 3 fights coming up, man. I'm gonna have to get my head together to remember all 3 of them. Let me put this on here. Yeah. Well, within 2 weeks, we're going to have Usyk and Joshua. I mean, it's so weird, but nobody outside of the YouTube world, I think, and maybe it's the hardcore boxers, but the hardcore boxers, they got to be somewhere in YouTube over here, because where are they gonna get their boxing news? They're all checking out L-Dub, and and blood, and all the fucking people in the know around here, man. Scrapbooking. I hate to even start naming one or two of them, so I feel bad for leaving out the other fucking 100 of them. But I talk to my cats all the time in the morning when I go down and let the dog do his thing down the corner, and they don't even know there's a heavyweight championship fight coming up in 2 weeks, man. I tell them Joshua and I tell them Usyk, and they kind of, I think I heard of them boys. And it's a pretty sad state of affairs, because to me a heavyweight championship of the world, even though it's not the unified, but it's still it's an event, man. Like when John Tate used to defend his WBA belt, Michael Dokes, even though they weren't the real heavyweight champ of the world, I definitely would be there, man. I definitely would be there, and it would be an event. It would be like have a nice dinner. This build a night around it. A heavyweight championship of the world. This is a fucking good heavyweight fight. But anyway, man, this is weird, man. In Saudi Arabia, I don't even know how they're gonna sell it. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna be able to get it over here with our live click crackbait TV streams and all. I don't even know the fucking names of them, but man, it's I know they're gonna have them, because man, these they go down in the middle of a fight, and then a second later they're back up again. It's weird, man. I think there must be 100 people who have the fight and want to show up. I don't know why they don't make any money from it. Maybe they get cookies and give our computers cookies and get advertisements and this and that. But pay-per-view is dead. This is how boxing is. This is the way boxing is going to have to go. And if they're going to give us shitty fights because we have ways around pay-per-view, then they're shooting themselves in the foot. What they have to do is get new sponsorship. And I mean, like a fight of this magnitude, if I had to buy it, there was no other way, I'd buy it. I'd probably go out and scam the cash somehow. But I mean, dude, we're boxing fans. We're gonna watch every fight that's available. And this is a huge fight. I'm sure it's the zone, but now we understand that Saudi Arabia owns all the rights, and they gave Usyk the rights where he's having the fight shown on YouTube in Ukraine, but only in Ukraine. So it's such a weird world these days, And who's to say somebody from there is not on the internet stream gang, and they're gonna get that free stream and put it on. So I mean, dude, there's one thing you can bet on, and that's that Bruce Gas is going to be watching the fight, and he's not going to pay for it, because he's been doing that. The last time I paid for a fight was the second Thomas Hearns Iran Barkley fight, and it didn't even come in clearly. I only paid for it because they were switching the cable system around. They were going from analog to digital. And anyway, man, the black box always worked, and after that it was streaming. Now it's streaming. Now it's high quality streaming. But man, Usyk and Joshua is a huge, huge night for a boxing fan. I think Usyk is going to win this fight. You never know with Anthony Joshua. He could come in a different person, but he could come in the Joshua who fought Klitschko. He could come in he could come in a rejuvenated Anthony Joshua. But I don't think so, man. I think he's already had his taste of fame. I don't think he cares about belts. I think it's in it for the money, because he knows God, what's he making? I don't even have 20, 30 million, 40 million. If somebody knows, tell me, because once they start putting those zeros on there, man, they're already beyond my pay grade. But that's gonna be a cool fight. And the other cool thing I like about it is it's in the afternoon, because those Saudi Arabia fights, they start around 5. Excuse me, I need some water. Get the old exercise on the vocal cords doing this. Yes, I do too. I have Usyk winning too, man. I've seen him in training. He looks good. He looks really strong. He looks like a bull that has fast hands, and knows how to box, but yet he's strong as hell. And I expect the same outcome. Maybe a stoppage, man, because Joshua he gets shaken when he gets hit, and Usyk, I think he knows how to handle Joshua now. I think he knows how to. He's not going to get hurt by him. He knows how to get inside, and I think we may see a stoppage in this fight. But predicting fights that's not my thing, man. Anything can happen in a heavyweight championship fight. Phil Hill, my brother, salute. Medford, Two Matador. You're in New England, huh? Medford, Mass, bro. I don't smell weed in the air. I smell weed in the house here. Most of the cats I know, they're indoor growers now. I guess the outdoor is kind of dangerous. People raiding your crop and everything, and they could do it like they do it in the hills, man. Booby traps and all that shit, but that's not gonna work anymore. D-Ray, brother, salute, man. But I don't end it there, man. Heavyweights, this is Christmas for us heavyweight boxing lovers, bro. We got a fight here. Did something that Don King would have put on back in the old days, man. We got Andy Ruiz, and we have David Ortiz. Luis Ortiz. Why did I say David Ortiz? Oregon. All right, man. Oh yeah, Oregon is a huge. Isn't everything legal in Oregon, or is it Seattle, man? They got houses you can shoot heroin in, for Christ's sakes. Lewis, yes, thank you. Thank you, my brother. But anyway, bro, this is another great fight because Andy Ruiz, we've seen him do great things, man. We saw him knock out Anthony Joshua. This is why heavyweight boxing, where you can't say, because nobody gave Andy Ruiz a chance in that fight. He had no fucking chance in hell, and he got knocked down in the fight. He got off the ground, and he just fucking pulled it out of his ass. What did Joshua say? The bolts from Thor came down, and Zeus, whatever the fuck he said, but that was a historic night, and we'll never forget that. And then that rematch, man, it stunk the fucking place out. It was in Saudi Arabia, and Joshua just he didn't want to engage. He ran. He won the title back. He countered a little bit, just enough to score points. But Ruiz, he ate himself out of that title, man. It was sad, but redemption is here, man. I love the word redemption because I am a true believer in redemption, man. If it wasn't for redemption, I wouldn't be sitting here, bro. I've redeemed myself in several people's eyes where there was no redemption in my eyes, bro. So man, I'm a firm believer of second and third chances, and Andy Ruiz. Let's see if he comes back better. I mean, we saw him fight Chris Arreola. He got knocked down. He got knocked down in the first round. And the old Andy Ruiz wasn't there. But you never know. Let's see what's going to happen. He's lost a lot of weight. He got that crazy ass tat. I don't know what the fuck that's all about, man. You can see the cannabis feels from the. And yeah, that's a beautiful sight, I guess. I always like the dried flower. The plants are beautiful things, man. I never had much luck. I got a couple out there now, and they're actually doing pretty well, I guess, because we keep them outside, and it's not like we don't have to sneak them anymore. And, I tried growing in my basement a couple of times. Funny, man. The first time I was a pioneer in this growing game. I'm going back to 1985. A buddy of mine, he was a botany major at the University of Rhode Island, and they were studying the hydroponics. And anyway, he knew I had a cellar, and he knew what I was all about. And we had a crop in my basement, and this was before the before the what do they call the lights that they have now? It's not the metal halides like we used to have back in the day. Now you got the digital lights, whatever you want to fucking call them, quartz, whatever. But anyway, man, Chen Smoke, my brother, salute, salute. And so anyway, man, I had a crop in my basement, and we didn't have continuous light. Now they have different sciences. They keep the lights on all the time. What we did was we had the lights went on at 5, and they shut off at I think it was 7 in the morning, and it was dark, 12 darkness pretty much, like 10 hours of darkness and 12 hours of light. And I'd be sitting in this room, and the lights would go on, boom. You'd hear them you'd hear that generation from those metal halides. They had the ballast. Those things were hot. You had to wear sunglasses when you went down there to check them out. But anyway, I had the hydroponics going before people even knew what the fuck it was, man. But that's when my wife fucking went nuts on me. Just around Christmas time. She didn't go nuts. I thought she was gonna rat me out. I was the one who kind of went nuts. But I cleared it all out. I had plants that were probably 4 feet tall, all females. It was a beautiful crop. It would have been serious money, but you know, she mentioned she used it in a threat to me, and you know, 1985, bro. I'd probably still be in fucking jail, but I cleared it out, and it's funny too. This is hilarious, man. How does a guy in the suburb clear out 40 pot plants that are 4 feet high the day before Christmas? He gets white trash bags. He covers them with the white trash bags, and then we get a red bow, a big red bow. Slap them on the red bow, and we carry them out there like they're poinsettias, like they're Christmas trees. And the neighbors, hey, Merry Christmas. They're watching it. You know, I got a tear in my eye. I'm watching my fucking crop walk away from me. I gave it to the dude who, you know, to my partner who, I only saw him a couple of times since then. And this is fucking 40 years ago, man. Yeah, 40 years ago, a long time. But that was a growing story that I had. And I just never had luck with it. After that, I tried it one more time down there. I had the, you know, the modern lights, and I had, you know, soil. But what happened was I got spider mites. I don't know if you know what they are, but they got in the fucking crop. I put it on my porch. It came out kind of nice, you know. I think I got maybe half pound out of it, but so much work it's a full-time job if you grow high quality weed. You know, you really have to. You have to be doing that full-time basis. JC, my brother, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you coming in here, man. Just doing a little boxing talk, smoking a little Toka 2 over here, man. I'm smoking on some Granddaddy Perp. Monica, thank you for coming by. That was, man. I was like, I was kind of in a panic mode because, you know, the old lady, I was married and she just kind of got up and left, and I know, well, it was. We don't want to get into that, but anyway, it was a big shock to me. Jeff Lucietta, salute, bro. And you know, I thought she was gonna rat me out, and I was get that fucking shit out of here. And she said, oh, you got it all out of here. And I'm like, yeah, well, you fuck. I thought you were gonna fucking. Oh, I would never do that. And it was like, man, you ever see that Ralph Cramden, The Honeymoon? It was gonna be to the moon, Alice, but don't do that. Never laid my hands on a woman, man. It's just nuts. It's no. Tony Montana, salute, my brother. And Luis Ortiz, man. What are we thinking about Luis Ortiz? How old is he? My age? Dude, he looks older and older. And even when he fought Prince Charles Martin, he was knocked down with a jab. So that was Luis Ortiz. But you know, he's the kind of a guy who will surprise us. He was beating Deontay Wilder until he got clipped with that tremendous right hand. But it's like I said, man. Heavyweight fights, you never know. Is it going to be youth? And Andy Ruiz is not a kid. But, man, this is going to be two bulls. If I have to predict this fight, I'm gonna say Derek Clark, my brother. Salute, man. 46. What you mean by that, brother? the age of Luis Ortiz, I don't know, man. I don't know. But you never know with heavyweights because the last thing to go is look at George Foreman. We're going to use the obvious example, the oldest heavyweight champion of all time, the guy who won his title at 45 years old, man. So heavyweight boxing, because they don't need a lot of footwork, they don't need a lot of speed. What they need a durable chin, and they need that power and their skills. Luis Ortiz was one of the best Cuba put out in the heavyweight division, man. He has all the skills in the world, but old father time, cruel master. Everybody has to pay their dues, man. He's undefeated, much like the internet. But that's going to be an interesting fight. I love the matchup, man. I love that matchup on Fox pay-per-view. Not for me, not for anybody who hangs out where I hang out, because I'll give you all the links you need to have for those fights, man. Pay-per-view is a thing of the past. If they don't understand it, tune into Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and More, bro. He'll tell you where it's at. So anyway, man, I think Andy Ruiz is going to hurt Luis Ortiz in this fight. I think Andy Ruiz, if he's what he comes in, but I think he's going to come in as, and even if Luis Ortiz comes in as I think he's going to come in as, I think this could be the retirement for Luis Ortiz. I think Andy Ruiz, I think those fast hands could be a little too much. Of $25, I don't care if it's $125 pay-per-view, D-Ray. So many sites out there, so easy. They're not going to trick us. Bent from some hemp. Salute. Bent from some hemp. I love it, bro. How you doing, my man? I haven't seen you here yet, but like my man Ice-T says, man, first time, I hope it's the last time. We're here for a good time, not for a long time. Hit that like button. Show your appreciation. That's all, bro. Bent from hemp. Hemp kind of straightens me out. I think I'd be bent if I didn't have hemp. You know it, my brother. You know it. Over here, we're smoking on the finest. In Rhode Island, the town where it's legal. The town next to me that I grew up in is a town called Warren. And they're having something on the ballot. And they're going to, because of this new marijuana law, because Warren's a cool town. I like Warren. Warren's got a lot of artists, a lot of writers. Not a lot of people in Warren work. Your conventional 9 to 5. You see them all the time. They have coffee shops downtown, a lot of outdoor tables. You see all these characters kicking back, nodding out, people with dogs walking around. It's a real artsy place. There's used to be a lot of factories here, but now it's a lot of the tenements they used to rent for the factory workers. A lot of the artists got them now. They turn them into lofts, but the price tag hasn't gotten there yet. Knock on wood. It may follow soon, but for now it's Rhode Island's expensive anyway, and it's no bargain, believe me. But it's kind of like a lived-in kind of a town where blue collar, but and they respect all lifestyles and anyway, it's a cool little town. But now the Ricky Williams, my brother, salute, man. The town council wants to pass an ordinance where you can't smoke anywhere in public in the town. But see, they can't just say marijuana. It's got to be cigarettes, cigars, no smoking in public. That means at at these outdoor coffee shops, now they're toking on the blunts and enjoying a cup of espresso and getting a little nod on, getting a little sombrero going, man, a little siesta. But the town, because when things get good. What are they fucking worried about, a contact high? Man, with these fucking people, they grow up in the fucking 50s, for Christ's sakes. I mean, dude, Even I didn't grow up in the 50s, man. But yeah, man, that's right there. And then the fight that was just announced this week is Joe Joyce and Joe Parker, man. Fucking heavyweight, top 10 fighters, bro. This is what Don King used to give us in my day. This is what I fell in love with. This is what made me go home, not to hang out at the bar, not to go out and fucking do coke, not to, this is what made me go to HBO. I was in front of that TV at 10 o'clock at night, bro. These are this is what might revive boxing. I don't know if it ever will. I don't know if it's ever going to bring boxing back again. But when you throw out 3 heavyweight fights like this in the span of a couple of months, see, people are looking forward to this fight, man. And Joseph Parker, he's only been beaten twice, and only by elite fighters, man. And Joyce undefeated. We call him Slow Joe, but man, if you guys watched fucking Kalinowski and Ali, would have made Joe Joyce look like Sugar Ray Robinson in there. Because heavyweights, man, they are slow, but now see, boxing today, a lot of the heavyweights, especially the heavyweights, they're not the fat, overshaped fighters. Salute my brother Demetrius Bright, man. They're not. They're kind of getting themselves to they know that they have to be in shape. We're seeing a different era. Although, man, when we saw fucking Fury come in this last fight, man, pitiful. Looked like he trained on fucking Dunkin' Donuts. But I know longevity, people we realize we have to take care of ourselves. Obesity is not the answer, and boxing especially. Boxers should know that. But especially boxers. And Joe Joyce, man, he's always in shape. Parker, always in shape. This is going to be a good fight. Joe Joyce is a funny one, man. You ever see that flip that he does after he wins his fights? But yeah, man, this is why I love boxing, man. This is heavyweight boxing. That's what made me fall in love with boxing. It's what I grew up on. It's what the only boxer I was a fanboy for, maybe still am, Muhammad Ali. And he was a heavyweight, and he fought all the time. He made fun of Joe Frazier for only fighting once every 7 months. After he got beat by Frazier, he wanted that rematch quick. And now, in the heavyweight division, I'm reading today Tyson Fury is getting ready because of the Joshua and Usyk fight in 2 weeks. And I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the whole heavyweight division straightened out, man. Because what the fuck? Tyson Fury's going to say he's retired, and the belt is still around his waist. The WBC doesn't make a tournament. I mean, damn. What's going on with boxing today? Does the champion own that title? He should own that title, but if he's retired, if he's not signing a contract, that belt has to be defended. And believe me, Tyson Fury is not bigger than the heavyweight championship of the world. I would love to see him fight. I'd love to see him do something out there, but he's proven what he is, man. He's limited. He's big, and he's just I guess he's the best there is out there right now, and I would like to see him lose that title in the ring instead of just retiring. But tying up these titles really, really sucks these days, man. It's one of these things where you've got four federations we're following now right now. And back in the day, even when there were 2, Nick M, my brothers, thank you for dropping by, man. Peace. Everybody salute to Nick M, man. Shout out to Nick M, man. Go sub to his channel if you want to see some real. I mean, this brother's a historian, man. He puts out some documentaries. He shows some old fights. I try to stir up some memories every once in a while, but man, this guy's the real deal, man. Nick M's Classic Boxing channel. If you're not a member to his channel, man, definitely do it. And he puts a lot of stuff out, so hit that notification. You won't be sorry, bro. You will not be sorry. So, man, you know, right now, see, we got the 4 federations. We've got, you know, WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO. And you know, back in the day, the top 10, even though there were only 2, and I remember, you know, I grew up on 2, and I remember the inception of 3. But the top 10s, usually the top 10 fighters were the top 10 fighters in under all the different federations. You know, whether they were 2, 4, 7. But that's the way it was. Blood, my brother. Salute, man. Thanks for stopping by. And now, you know, now you've got 4 different federations with 10 different top 10 numbers. That's 40 different spots. And believe me, there are 30 boxes in the top 10, which is fucked, you know. Especially, I'm talking about the glorious heavyweight division. And this is what we're left with. But you know, like I try to do, man. I try to make fucking lemonades. You know, the anticipation of the heavyweights coming up. Pigeon, how you doing, brother? You know, so it's it makes me anticipate. It makes me more excited about boxing. You know, it brings the realm of boxing to me. You know, it's the heavyweight division. There's going to be a shakeup. We got 6 of the top fighters in the heavyweight division fighting each other. So there's got to be something happening, man. We've got to get a shakeup at the top. We can't let these guys sit on these belts and you know, and jerk us around. We need to see there's got to be somebody that's got a lot of money and who loves boxing and can straighten this situation out, because I don't think the government is going. I know the government's not going to do a thing about this. And the federations, man, they're father to son. You know, every one of them, man. I don't know about the WBO, but I know the WBA, the WBC. WBA's been run by the Suleimans. The WBC, rather, run by the Suleimans since I was a kid. And the WBA, run by the Mendozas. Father to son, nepotism. And we put up with that. We honor their rankings. You know? Maybe YouTube, maybe the conglomeration, maybe they'll fix, hey, man, you know, boss, there's a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of hits. Maybe if we organized something and made our rankings, and maybe that would make corporate sense. Why don't you ask the guys upstairs in Google? Mr. Mechanical, man, salute. Because, you know, there's got to be something that's happening, because right now, boxing's not getting any new fans. You know, guys like me, we're going to die. Guys like you're going to become guys like me, and you're going to die. And boxing is going to be in the shitter, man. Because I asked people today about it. Yeah, Jake Paul, he's the best, man. They get the fucking nerve to put Jake Paul in the name with. I'm not even going to mention the fucking names that they put him in there with, man. You know, 2 of them are sitting over my shoulders. I'll tell you that right now. And the other guy said he's sitting over my shoulder. He'd roll around in his grave if he's just in the past year what's going on in boxing, man. But we saw it coming. We saw it coming. Yeah, I think this is why I love the past boxing. You know, I still have my rearview mirror in, bro. You know, I'm driving forward all the time. Loose gas, no gas, all gas, man, all gas, no brakes. And this is the way I like to do it in boxing. I like to see what's going on today, tomorrow, but I also like to look in that rearview mirror and, you know, keep an eye on the fucking great shit that I was privileged to live through, and I can go back, because a lot of this shit, man, I'm probably in early stage Alzheimer's, but I don't remember shit, man. I have to. It's almost embarrassing. I can't remember some of the fighters that fought yesterday. You know, that's how bad it is sometimes. But anyway, man, you know, the fighters of the past, the glorious past, and to me, it's a not too long ago past. You know, we get to look at these today, and guys like Retro puts on specials, man, and guys like Nick M, and they show these fights, and they don't only show the fights, but I mean, Blood just put a thing today with Marvin Hagler. He's been going nuts with Marvin Hagler, one of my favorite of all time fighters, right from Brockton, Massachusetts, man. Showed him and Doug Demings. See, I didn't know about that. I knew he fought Doug Demings, but I didn't know all that went on with it, man. I didn't know how, especially even during the fight. And man, just so much of this stuff, and it was a half hour, and it was like, man, I put it on full screen. They don't have to look at the comments, but Blood's been doing shit like that for us with Marvin Hagler. He's got to hang up on Hagler, and that's a good thing, man, because you're gonna benefit from that. You're gonna learn a lot of things. And Marvin Hagler, man, you look at him fighting, he go from southpaw to fucking orthodox. Fucking, he'll do that 30 times in a round. It's just unbelievable. That's Sugar Ray Leonard made a deal with him, from what I understand, not to do that. He couldn't do that. Every time he did that, it was gonna cost him money. And Marvin Hagler was a beautiful middleweight. He would just. He would put on such a show today, especially now that we're into the intricacies of boxing. We have YouTube, we have channels, we can go discuss it. Back in my day, dude, I was like the most intelligent one in the room when it came to boxing. So you can see how that conversation used to go. But now, man, we go on to YouTube and we can dissect these. It's beautiful shit. We got professors like Blood and Scrapbook that put on these specials and get into it. I mean, nobody's getting into Hagler like Blood. That's fucking Marvin would want to come sit over your shoulders and watch some of those. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I can't say enough superlatives about it, Blood. I'm gonna stop. I'm sounding like I'm greasing your fucking palms for something, but believe me, I'm not, brother. Well, Marvin Hagler, man. Marvin Hagler was I love talking about Marvin Hagler. Hey, Blood, you want to talk about Marvin Hagler, man? Anybody out there? I love talking Marvin Hagler. I can tell you some of my Marvin Hagler stories. I saw Hagler. The first time I saw him, Providence Civic Center, it was 77 or 78. I don't remember. I think it was 77. It was the Ali exhibition. The only time I ever saw Muhammad Ali. And Marvin Hagler fought a guy named Bob Patterson on the undercard. People weren't even paying attention. Thank you, Monica. And really, this is like I said, man. This is kind of like going to the barbershop and talking boxing with the boys, man. And this is something cool to do. But yeah, man, I saw Hagler there, and he knocked out Bob Patterson early, 6 rounds, I think, man. I don't even remember, but it was a one-sided beating, and that was on the undercard, man. That was a preliminary to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was there in an exhibition. Took on a local cat by the name of Dino Dennis, who fought George Foreman for 3 rounds, and then he brought Jimmy Ellis, who everybody knows who Jimmy Ellis is, man, former champion. But excuse me, my lips are getting dry. But he fought another cat by the name of Alonzo Johnson. You have to be a hardcore to know who he is. He's a former fighter from back in the '60s. The dude was big. He was like fat big, like 2-ton Tony Galento big. But Ali played with him. It was a beautiful night, man. It was a beautiful night, and that was my first glimpse of Marvin Hagler. And then when he after he won the title, and we went to England, he won that title from Alan Minter. No, bro, Foreman wasn't there. If you're talking to me, Foreman wasn't at the Providence Civic Center when I saw Ali. But it was an exhibition, and Ali was joking around. It was so funny. He acted like he got knocked out, and I could have got an autograph, man. He was giving away little autograph pictures of himself for free. There was a line I was with my boys, and they didn't want to wait, and I could have taken the bus back to Bristol, but I went with them, and I was so pissed to this day. I could have had an autographed picture of Muhammad Ali, man, you know. But anyway, man, that was my first glimpse of Marvin Hagler. Then when he won the title, he was in the Bristol 4th of July parade, which is a big parade. It's in the town that I live in. He drove in a car there. I shook his hand, and I got good eye contact with him and everything, man. He didn't know who I was. He didn't remember me, but anyway, later on that year, he was training in Provincetown, Mass, and I went down there with my wife at the time, and we saw Marvin Hagler spar at the Provincetown Inn. And oh man, it was a cool thing. In fact, let me see if I still have this. Cause I found the poster one day. I Googled it, Marvin Hagler sparring at the Provincetown Inn, and the poster of it came up. And this poster was in the coffee shops down there. And while I'm talking about it, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let's see, how would I find this? I think I have to. I don't know if I can find it with the two screens going right now. But anyway, it was at the Provincetown Inn, and it was like $89, I think, for two people for 2 nights and 3 days. You got there like on a Tuesday. We stayed Wednesday, Thursday. We left on a Friday morning. But it was very, very cool, man. You think so, Blood? Somebody told me the other day that I was doing. In fact, it was a guy you would know, a fighter, bro. Fucking See, my mind is shot at me now. I just got a brain fart. But he told me that I look like fucking Hagler did do some Tully Savalas shit back then. I think they might have even met. I think they might have hooked up one time down here, man. But yeah, Hagler was he did his sparring at the Provincetown Inn, and he ran early in the morning, and you could run the dunes with him. They said right there, if you want to run with Marvin Hagler, I couldn't do it, man. I was fucking drunk and I was fucking taking pills and everything else. But I saw him when he came back, but he was sparring at poolside, and believe me, man, when I say sparring, this was fighting. I got blood splattered on me. He sparred with Buster Drayton. He sparred with James Hard Rock Green. I mean, dude, this was pop, 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 pop. And Hagler was fucking killing these. I mean, he was fucking no mercy. But as soon as the bell rang, they were brothers. And he was cool with the people at poolside because the ring was set up on the poolside. And Hagler didn't do that after he got a little more famous. But this is when he fought Fulgencio Oba Behemoth. I know Blood was mentioning that name today. And Hagler called him Fully Obel. And he said to me, he goes, fully in 4. And and I had some snapshots from that too. Not a lot of them, but my ex-wife, man, she destroyed my it was her photo album. I think her ex-husband did, but I asked her for him back one day and she fucking but hey, I can't cry over that. But if it happened today, it'd be on my phone, and I mean, damn, I could it was just a good time. I remember the chicken Napoleon too, the meals we had. They gave you a little wine with your dinner. Hagler didn't come around back then. He was doing his thing, but man, just seeing him sparring, and then I saw him fight. I saw Robbie Sims fight at the Providence Civic Center. Don't even remember who he was fighting, but Hagler was sitting in front of me, and it was fuck, man. It was fucking Lou Duva, Dan Duva, the Petronelli brothers, and Shelly Finkel, and fucking Marvin Hagler, and Robbie Sims is fighting, and Hagler was so animated. Hagler wasn't in front of me. He was a couple of seats down, but he was building up a sweat and throwing punches, and Robbie, blah, Robbie, blah, 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 Robbie. And it was like, man, Marvin Hagler was so into that, bro. It was almost like he was in the ring with Robbie Sims. Robbie Sims won the fight, but man, that was one of my other memories of Marvin Hagler. And he fought in Worcester. He fought Tony Simpson. I couldn't go to the fight, man. I didn't have the dough. I watched it on HBO, and man, that was another fight, man. I think something happened to Tony Simpson in that fight. I think his jockstrap went or something like that, man. I think he had a slip, and he just couldn't fight his fight. Hagler was going to beat him anyway. Hagler was just too much. Like I said, man, the man could just switch lefty to righty. He could throw hooks. An orthodox fighter only throws a left hook. People say, "Oh, he was throwing left hooks." I'm like, dude, you have to be a southpaw to throw a right hook. You throw a hook off your extended leg. That's boxing 101. But anyway, man, Marvin Hagler could throw right hooks and left hooks in the same round. He could switch up. He was just unbelievable. It's the Sugar Ray Leonard fight, man. I wish that fight didn't happen because that was not Marvin Hagler at his best. We all know that, man. But anyway, man, Hagler had a great career, man. He had some of the greatest fights. Oh yeah, I bet you could ask, how many times did Marvin Hagler defend his title? 9, 10? I'll tell you though, the IBF title, man, that was one of the times I saw Hagler fight at the Providence Civic Center, and he fought Wilfred Scipion, and it was that was another it was an afternoon fight because it was on, I think it was on Wide World of Sports, but that was a weird fight. Blood, you should look into this fight here, bro. Now, this was the initial IBF middleweight championship. Marvin Hagler didn't have it. Wilfred Scipion didn't have it. The winner of this fight got it. But Hagler was the WBA and the WBC middleweight champion. But yet Hagler never defended that title against Wilfred Scipion. 12 or 13. Yeah, 7 to 9 years. I was saying he ruled the middleweight division. But that was a strange thing, man. I don't know if Marvin Hagler dictated terms, which he should have done. Major Key, salute. Well, yeah, I'll tell you the thing I heard about that fight from somebody who I would say is very reputable. Major Key, my brother. Marvin Hagler got to the point where he just didn't want to hear it with the stipulations anymore. He told Pat and Goody Petronelli to get in the room and get this deal done. Yeah, blood. That was and the deal was done. And Hagler got the better end of it. I guess the back end. I don't even know what the fucking back end is. But I guess Leonard took a flat fee and Hagler took a fee and took back end money, and I guess overseas. Major Key, my brother. But yeah, man. Yeah, blood. That was a strange thing, man. The IBF and the WBA and the WBC. Hagler didn't come to the ring with any of the belts either. He just came to the ring. He came to the ring without a belt, and the winner got the Hagler knocked him out really devastating. 4th round. Wilfred Scipion was a good boxer. He had just killed somebody in the ring. He killed a guy named Willie Klassen. Hey, Oscar Prince, what's up? What's up, brother?
Not much, Bruce. How you doing?
Man, I'm just fucking kicking back over here, man. Just relaxing the night away, bro. Fucking talking about some boxing. There's still a little bit of boxing in me today, so I figured I'd get it out, smoke a little weed. What are you doing, bro?
Not much. Just heading out for a little drive. I'm gonna go pick up some stuff at the grocery store.
What do you think of Marvin Hagler?
Well, I mean, I personally never saw him fight.
One of the best, bro. One of the best. But yeah, man, I talking about this weekend's fights. What do you think of the weekend's fights?
I think he looked good. I think there was some little ring rust to him, but I think he definitely got the job done. But I mean, there's always room for improvement, you know. I think he has to use that jab a little bit more to open up, to get those combinations and get a knockout faster. But I mean, I think with Manny Robles, he'll definitely get hopefully he gets improves with Manny Robles.
So where does he go from here? You think he's good enough to face Jaron Boots Ennis right now?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, then again, you know, he's with the PBC. Virgil's with Golden Boy, so I mean, you know, that's where it makes things difficult. Just because they're from opposite promotions.
Mrs. Knockout, thank you for coming in.
And I think that's where the organizations lack like that authority because they let the promoters kind of run the show. You know, I think when the organizations have to be the ones that make those decisions. You know, like if you have one and two, you know, the whatever, if it's WBC, WBO, whatever, they have to step it up and be like, okay, no, you guys have to fight yes or yes. You know, it's not no because you're from Golden Boy and because I'm PBC or Top Rank. No, none of that bullshit. You know, I think they have to step it up, but it's just too much money that keeps them from not really putting in the authority.
Yep, it's definitely Oscar De La Hoya. He's got a pretty good. Now he was promoting that card last night, right?
Yeah.
So he should be able to make Blair Cobb and Ortiz, right?
Yeah, I think Blair Cobbs is with Matchroom because I think Matchroom had was also part of that card. Some of his fighters, Eddie Hearn's fighters, were part of that card.
It's confusing the hell out of me, man. I don't know why fighters can't just fight each other. That's why I like Hagler. He went through that middleweight division. He didn't fuck around. He didn't worry about the promoters, man. If the fight was big enough, Don King and Bob Arum would get down together and break some bread for the night. You know,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that definitely, yeah,
guys
I
like
get it. That's
Cedric
why,
Kushner. You had different smaller promoters in there. Even had one in Rhode Island, Jimmy Birchfield. If the fight was worthy, it would get made. Now we're just not seeing it, bro. Very disillusioned. Very disillusioned with boxing. Talking to you, I'm getting more bummed out when you start talking about the pro bellum and fucking all these different things that obstacles that are in boxing today.
yeah, I mean, there's way too many good fights that they can make, but because just promoters not wanting to work together, they're not happening.
Yep. BBC doesn't want to make any fights outside their organization. That's ridiculous, man. You know.
Yeah, definitely, because like I said, I think if you look at it, they hold pretty much all the belts at 147, but the one that Bud Crawford has, they have all the belts at 154. So I mean, if you look at it, all those belts are gonna stay in house. Top Rank has 126, 130, 135, and 140. 160 spread around, so you're not gonna get a unification from none of the champions. I mean, 175, same thing. It's a division that could heat up just because like the fact that Bebo beat Canelo. But I mean, Top Rank has three of the four belts, and then Matchroom has one of them. So that's where it all just goes to shit because you have all these good undisputed fights or title fights you can make, but they're just not happening because they want to keep everything in house.
That's ridiculous, man. That's really fucking crazy. So Top Rank has all the lower weights, it seems. And
Yeah,
who
they
runs the
do.
who runs the heavyweight division? PBC.
I mean, well, I mean, it's pretty much the heavyweights pretty much is spread around because Fury has the what is it, the Ring and the WBC, and he's with Top Rank, and then Usyk has the other belt, the three belts. But I mean, he has his own promoter, but um, right now he's obviously under Matchroom because of the AJ rematch.
Dude, and you wonder why boxing doesn't get any more fans.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the thing is, like, freaking kids like Ryan Garcia saying like, "Oh, it's all about the money," and then I mean, they have a lot of followers outside of boxing, and whatever they do, people show up. Then it kind of just messes everything up.
Can you imagine this happening in baseball? The Red Sox don't want to go play the Seattle Mariners because they don't like their promoter.
Or
They
the
don't like their
Yankees.
general manager. I mean, damn. Even National League and American League play each other. Can you imagine the NBA? Bro, you have the best have to fight the best. They have to rise above these federations, and they have to choose the best in the division. It's very, very simple. Otherwise, people are not going to take fucking boxing seriously. Even wrestling has WrestleMania once a
Yeah,
year. I don't know,
exactly.
bro. I
I
don't
mean,
know
the
what's
only
going on.
yeah, the thing is, they're like, they obviously pick like the guys that sell to obviously wrestle, but I mean, the same thing is like with boxing, it's just like you don't even have the top guys fight the top guys. It's just you have your top guy and then fight a tomato can and then go missing for a whole year and then fight another tomato can, go missing another year or 2 years, and then that's pretty much how boxing is being run at the moment.
And we put up with that shit. Now, what was I going to ask you? How about those women that fought last night? One of them was
I
like a
didn't
little pit bull.
I didn't get to see the no, I didn't really see I didn't see the undercard. I got home until like once the Virgil fight was gonna start.
All right, man, because I don't even remember their names. Unless if I hear them, I'll remember them. But
Yeah, I was listening to you guys call the Blair Cobbs fight against Maurice Hooker, but I need to watch the highlights on that fight.
well, there was a women's fight, and there was an older woman. She looked like she didn't look like she was in the gym too much, but man, she had fast hands and she had power. She was a 2-ton Tony Galento for sure, and she fought a smaller woman, and the names fucking totally escape me now. Yeah, yep, Coco. She definitely was, bro. She was definitely the bulldog. Aptly named, man. But that was an interesting fight. That was a little slugfest. I was doing something else. My one eye was on that, the other eye was on this. But anyway, man, that was kind of an interesting fight. But aside from that, man, the fucking the fight I was looking forward to and the most on that card, which I talked about it earlier, and that was fucking Mo Hooker and Blair the Flair. Yeah,
I
Coach,
mean,
well, you know
this one
exactly
seems pretty busy boxing wise.
because I'll forget what I'm saying, man. I'm speaking to my brother, and you know exactly what I'm saying, man. Because if I even lost my fucking thought. If any other sport did that, fans would say, "Fuck this, man." You don't have protected fighters, and you can't even. And when they can explain that to the fans, saying, "Oh, that's because they're promoted by this promoter, and he's not going to do business with this promoter," the fighter should say, "Screw that, man. I'm the product here. I'm what they're paying to see. They're not paying to see PBC presents. They're paying to see what PBC presents." And man, yeah, I don't get. I guess they're afraid of being blackballed. I guess they must sign these multi guaranteed contracts where you need at least $1 million to fight, and if they can't get the dates, the whole business of boxing is crazy because boxing's a second class sport, and I think the big hotels in Vegas, they'd rather put on a rock concert or God, even a monster truck show. They get a better crowd than boxing. Boxing cancels at the last minute. Look what just happened last weekend with fucking Rockman and Jake Paul. I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah,
I wanted
I
to
know.
see.
Same here. I thought.
I wanted to see Rockman kick his ass. I saw the sparring sessions, and it looked like Rockman's really taking it easy on him. I mean, we all use that L word, and that's fucking so fucking easily to see in those sparring sessions.
Yeah, well,
But, man,
and then we got Teofimo fighting this coming Saturday.
who's fighting?
Teofimo Lopez. coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Who's this dude that he's fighting?
He's some Mexican dude. Something Ocampa, something like that.
I'll go
I
find
mean,
it.
yeah, it's probably like like a tune-up for him to try to build his confidence again.
Let's see here, man. Let's see here, man. We'll make this a little bit larger so I can read it. And we've got. Oh, shit. I lost my fucking schedule here. Yep, I did. I gotta go back and find it. Anyway, he's fighting a nobody. If we can't remember his name,
Yeah.
and nobody out there can remember his name,
It's
what the fuck are we?
it's something Campa. I don't know his first name, but I think his last name is
Okay,
like Campa
okay.
or something like that.
Maybe Major Key knows. Major Key, my brother. Salute.
What's going on, man? I didn't come in to talk about no Jose or Jorge Campos. I know it's something like that. I know it's something along those lines, but I'm not here to talk about that bullshit. But salute to you, brother. How you doing, man?
What's up with you, Major Key, man? I haven't heard from you in a while, bro. I saw you on with
Yeah,
D-Style the other night, man. That was a good panel you guys were on.
Yeah, man. Yo, I called the Blair Cobbs one. Remember, everybody was against it. Like, everybody was talking about Maurice Hooker and shit like that. But I was trying to say, man, like, look, I think Maurice Hooker, with the draws that he's had, and that's what everybody forgets. They only remember his losses. They didn't think about the draws. The fact that he had draws against pretty much no names, and that tells me about work ethic,
Came in out of shape, 3 pounds over that we knew of. Who knows how many pounds over, but by the time the fight started, he looked like he had him by at least 10 pounds. And man, he had no plan, no power. He couldn't get Blair in the corner. He tried doing that a little bit, but that was no avail. And if Blair just had a little more, I don't know, Blair. What can you say? He got cut. He had a nasty cut, man. He survived that. Knocked him down 3 times.
Yeah, and Bruce, the beautiful thing was that you're right. He didn't even get him to the corner when Blair. So it wasn't like corner where it was like you put a dog in a corner, they got to fight back. It was Blair knocking him down in the middle of the ring. You see what I'm saying?
So where does Blair go right now?
I still don't have that much belief with him when it comes to Virgil Ortiz, Deron Butenis, Terrence Crawford, Stan Ionis, or any of them dudes. They're too skilled for him. But I like the fact that he looks like he may be a future Gabe Rosado for the division if he continues to land shots like that.
Definitely. I could see it, man. I could see him fighting Ortiz, bro. That would be an easy fight to make. Fuck, man. Oscar could make that right now. I bet he's probably working on it. Because even with an L, Blair's still going to be, he's going to still be saleable. He's got a fucking, he's got that it factor. people are gonna watch him. People like his fucking woo. They like that shit. I like it, man. He's got a fucking very very cool personality. So I'd like to see Blair the Flair again. I think he's got to improve his boxing skills a little bit, man. He's got to relax a little bit in that ring. He looked like he needed Ritalin, Major.
Hey Bruce.
Yo,
Let me ask you a real question. My bad. I said Bruce so loud because I was actually taking a toke off of my wife's blunt, and I don't smoke like that. You know what I'm saying? So that shit like caught my fucking chest real quick. I apologize.
nah,
anyway.
don't worry about it, bro. Now that I know that you're taking a hit, I apologize.
Do you go camping?
No, I haven't been. When I was a kid, I used to go, man. I used to camp a lot, but I haven't been camping in ages, bro.
Any weird? Where have you gone camping first? And have you had any weird encounters?
Mount Washington. Oh yeah, I've camped. When I was a Boy Scout, I used to go to camp every year for 2 weeks, and that was fucking crazy, you know. But I drove with a bunch of guys throughout the fucking country, and I camped at little offside campgrounds. But you know, I just don't do it anymore. I used to do it now, but you know, I like to take a shit on a toilet. I like to fucking brush my teeth in a sink. So
No. I asked though. Do you have any? Did you recall any kind of crazy situations? With like predators or anything? Any weird encounters?
Yeah. Oh, I've been in campgrounds where supposedly haunted. You know, I mean, you know, it's what it is, man. Camping is a fucking experience, bro.
And if anybody wants to bring a correlation, well, guess what? Sometimes boxers have to train and go out into the wilderness and go up into the mountains and stuff like that. So that's the correlation to boxing. The only reason I'm trying to bring that up, though, Bruce, is because, man, I've been watching some different type of shit on the internet that's been keeping me very occupied. So you asked me where I've been, what I've been doing. And honestly speaking, man, I've just been going on to some of these channels, man, these cryptid channels. And it's insane because I used to actually camp too. I used to camp in Bear Mountain, and I remember we were playing Manhunt, and I was by myself it was snowing out, so I literally just dropped into like an open field, and I dropped into the snow backwards, and just like they're not gonna find me because they're just gonna look across and they're just gonna see snow, right? And of course nobody did find me. However, if I would have understood how dangerous that shit was now, I would have never done that. You know?
Oh yeah, man. I was nuts, dude. I climbed Mount Washington, camped halfway up there. Derek Clark, my bro. But I climbed down Mount Washington with flip flops on, bro.
Damn, yeah. Derek Clark knows what I'm talking about. Missing 411. That's Missing 411. He knows what I'm talking about. There's so many weird stories about what goes on in the mountains, and they're like, including from police officers, park rangers, military. It's so crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I've been catching up on this stuff.
I was in New Hampshire one time. I was camping up there, and we rented trail bikes, and I found this fucking paved road, small fucking pretty much a one lane road, and I was by myself, and I said, wow, I get on the thing. And you know, after about a mile or so, a couple of miles, it's down to bare dirt, you know. And I go on that, and pretty soon I see a bunch of houses, and they looked at me. I mean, it was fucking. I was in fucking. I'm waiting to hear Deliverance. I turned the bike around, and I know I had a dog chasing me, but. Well, that's not too far out of the realm, bro.
Are you sure it was a dog, though? Are you sure it was a dog, or was it like standing up?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
because you know the crazy shit is that's what I was alluding to, and I didn't feed you any information. And honestly speaking, like there's one from one of these places in Florida, recent. I would have to look it up. I think it's from maybe Jupiter, Florida, or somewhere around there. Like it's like almost getting to West Palm Beach. It's like not too far from there, but bro, like literally like footage of some dude walking out his back door, and he was complaining about some shit. He was live when he did it, and he opened the door, bro. You see some shit run across the screen on his fucking hind legs, looking like a fucking dog, but like a fucking gigantic one, like 8 feet.
Maybe it's Riddick Bowe. He's down in Florida, isn't he?
Now, if it was Riddick Bowe, he'd be in Baltimore chasing Troy's ass down because he want to fucking knock Troy's head off his neck.
Yeah, no, bro. I've been in a lot of those fucking situations in the woods and stuff. I never saw anything or even any evidence of any of that shit. You know, no Bigfoot, no Sasquatch, no fucking.
Bigfoot is Bigfoot and Sasquatch. I think they're more prone to like places around the trails that go up through Washington. Not saying that it's not from Washington, but like going through what's that, Yellowstone. They're more prone to Yellowstone. But the Dogman shit, they even have a name for it in Louisiana called the Boogaroo, and it's all throughout the Appalachians, and that's where they're mostly seen. Is through Louisiana going up through the Appalachians, which Louisiana is not in the Appalachians, but it's a route that they have up through the Appalachians from Louisiana. So I thought that was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not talking about UFOs here. I'm not talking about no other shit. But there's just been like a lot of shit that I've been watching that is like from fucking military people, from all type of like what you would think are credible people, and I'm just like, bro, like, and all they're saying is look, you don't have to believe me. I just want you to be aware. Right? If you go into one of these locations, do not just think that, like you're just safe. You know what I'm saying? You should be armed. You should be, prepared with flashlights, matches, just in case, like, you get straight off your path. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing weird shit. You just have to know how to protect yourself. Flare gun, all that type of shit. And I thought that was very interesting, man. But again, back to the boxing though. Because sometimes people have to train in the mountains. That's what it has to do with boxing.
I believe in the Rougarou, bro. I never saw him, but that's down south, though. That's not around here. So.
Yeah, but in the Appalachians, they got they just call it Dogman.
The Dogman.
And that's what, and it's the same thing as a Rougarou. It's just in Louisiana, because they got a lot of French Creole speaking people. Right? They call it the Rougarou, but when you go up the Appalachian, they just call it Dogman because they have no specific name for it, because they like only the people that have seen it have never gotten any actual proof. You know what I'm saying?
I saw a good movie this afternoon. I watched Prey. The new Predator movie.
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, bro. You have a place. You have a thing you can watch movies on. You have a. You have a stream you can get current movies on?
Yeah. I got all that shit. I got the HBO Max. I got the I think I got Hulu still. I'm not really sure. I know I got like a bunch of freaking different apps. Netflix. I got all that shit.
All right, Musically Zone. Salute, bro. Thanks for coming by, man. My brother, the candle maker, Music Zone Boxing. Salute, man. Peace. Sub to his channel. Sub to everybody's channel out here, man. We put out some good shit. Sometimes good, sometimes mediocre, but we're all in it together. We all like to put out shit. And, hey,
I apologize to you, Bruce. I apologize. You know why? Because I know you used to enjoy those interviews, man. I just been slacking, bro. I just been slacking. It's not even like I don't have context. It's just like I've been slacking, bro, since the beginning of the year. And some of it had to do with newfound health situations, right? And some of it had to do with my co-host also having, those situations occurring and stuff like that. But then it's just like I didn't really have the passion either. I felt like a lot of toxicity was happening, you know what I'm saying? And I just didn't have a passion. So apologies to you, because I know you enjoy that. I send you a link and you pop up like in no time, and you're there asking great questions and bringing up stuff that a lot of us didn't even know about. And you kind of like make the guest reminisce, and it's great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always invite you. You know what I'm saying? I always invite you because I know that you know your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, speaking to those fucking legends too, like Jerry Cooney and fucking James Toney, fucking McCallum, bro. It was like one after another. It was just unbelievable. Some of the fucking guys you were having on there. on a weekly basis, man. But dude, that was that was a nice thing. And you know, there's so much shit going on the internet, but I don't even give a fuck anymore. You know, somebody said to me today, there's a feud going on. I mean, it's public. Everybody knows about it. It's fucking World Combat Sports and fucking Blue Blood. And somebody's telling me, how come you're on the fence? Why don't you take sides? I'm like, for what, man? For a fucking internet
shit.
dude? You want me to
Bro,
take
they've been
fucking
going at each other for fucking years, bro. Like, why would you take a side? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly, man.
they've been going at each other for years, bro. That's that type of shit where you jump in the middle and then you that one assed out for jumping in the middle.
I ride with both of them, bro. You know, I
Yeah.
ride with them both. What the fuck? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
play your
until
fucking
somebody
crazy
makes
war.
you choose a side. Until somebody makes you choose a side out of them two, you don't have to choose a side. You could just be like
Bro,
cool with everybody.
I
You know
hang,
what I'm
I
saying?
hang with everybody, man. I go on so many channels, dude. I was at the meet and greet down in Dallas this weekend with my brothers on the LDBC. It was a fucking lovely thing. I go everywhere, man. You know, Major Key. I don't care where the fuck I go. I go see the coach. I got monetizations in 100 channels, bro. I'm fucking, you know, I'm not into having any fucking feuds on here. If I have them, forgive me, man. And that's it. I'm not gonna hang around with you anymore. But no ill intention on my behalf, man. You know, I'm here for fucking boxing. I'm here for jazz, wrestling, health and nutrition, and fine weed. And that's pretty much covers it.
Nah,
bro.
you're fucking. You've always been a cool cat with me, man. That's why I had to apologize because the content that you're used to over there has just been my fault, bro. I've just been a busy person with life, you know what I'm saying? But I would
No,
love to
bro,
start
don't worry
establishing
about
that
it,
again. No, I'm gonna start establishing that again. Trust me when I tell you, man, because the numbers are there, the conversations are there. It's just a matter of me just putting it together and just locking it down. And and honestly speaking, you know, you're gonna be obviously one of the first people I send that link to. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
And
I knew you would, Major. I
yeah.
knew something was up, but I knew you. I knew it wasn't out of your blood, you know, because man,
Yeah, no,
you know, we talk a
absolutely.
little bit, and you like talking to these guys. You know, they make it interesting. They make it nice. They stir the pot up. They let us know there's some fucking
Yeah.
shit that, dude.
I like
fucking
to
Jeff-
joke around, poke their buttons, you know, fuck around with them a little bit, just to see, you know, how if they're still on the game or you know, and if they're not, then I just leave it alone. I kind of like start circling back about the importance, you know what I'm saying, of healthcare for these folks. You know what I'm saying, like you know, that's what I do. I kind of check the
There's
temperature
a
at the
million
beginning.
topics. A million topics. You know, a buddy McGirt, when he told us about the fucking mob telling him if he
I
pulled out
know.
of the fight, he was going to end up in that fucking.
And you brought that out of him. You brought that out of him. I didn't even know about that. And when you brought it out of him, I just had to stay quiet. And a lot of channels, the fucked up part is that they start asking follow-up questions before the person is done speaking. And you can't do that. Like if somebody's talking, don't try to sound like the smart ass, like you're so happy that this person is like, let them finish. Let them finish venting. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, you're gonna get more content than what you think that you can actually, because you're gonna ask a follow-up question like you're the one manipulating the situation when really they're just trusting you to tell you this, you know, and you just gotta let them go. Just let them go, you know. And I love that shit when like when you ask that, like just when I asked like when I asked Berlanga, not Berlanga, what's his name, Benavidez about you know his you know dark places and shit like that, and he was open about it. You know what I'm saying? And certain people just always open about their shit. You know, the good experiences, bad experiences, it doesn't matter. You know?
For sure, bro. And you're right, man. You know, the worst thing in the world is to cut off somebody and when you're talking, but especially worse to cut off a fucking celebrity guest, you know?
Hell yeah, a legend.
So, you know, I kind of have to watch that. I'm getting better at it because when I first started here, you know, I wasn't, it's like I was talking in a fucking bar, you know, over talk people and yell it. But you kind of learn as you're going along how to you know, the
Yeah.
etiquette.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to you, by the way. I was saying just like because I watched some of these other channels, right?
Hey, if the shit
No,
fits, man.
yeah, no. I was just trying to clarify that. Like, I wasn't. I'm saying because I watch some of these channels, right, that have so many subscribers and they don't know how to conduct the interview the right way. Like they have so many freaking subs and they don't know how to conduct the interview the right way because they want to keep on cutting the person off and try to get more and more and more without letting them give more when they want to. You know, you got to let them just flow. Like you can't just like, you know, demand the information on when they were about to like lead into it. Now you're demanding it by asking a direct question when they probably would have already led into it if you just didn't cut them off. You know?
Yes, sir. Hey, I gotta get a glass of water, Major Key. Can you hold it for a second? Hold
Yeah,
it
hold
down
it down.
for me, brother.
Let me look at the chat over here. What's going on with the chat? All right, we got all my favorites here. We got Coco the Bulldog, Slugger Sam, Jeff, what's going on, my brother? Fucking Free Buttle, CCD. I don't know which one of the CCD, but cool. All right, peace. You know what I'm saying? Jose Diaz, Derek Clark. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where I'm gonna start because he's just getting some water real quick. But okay, so Coco the Bulldog, Virgil versus any top four welterweight would be great. Agreed. Jeff Louisiana, Jed Collins in the building. Shout out to Jed Collins if he's in the building. I didn't see him. It's my brother from down under right there. Derek Clark, I gave it to Jimmy D. Monk. Sorry. Okay. Slugger Sam says Jose Diaz. Oh, my bad, bro. I thought you were JoJo Diaz for a second. Name is similar. Okay. So they having a little discussion in the chat there. Monica, shout out to you. C at Bruce Gas. I told you your knowledge. All right. Jose Diaz comes back and then lets Slugger Sam off the hook, and he says, "No problem, brother. I bet on baseball and boxing. I mean, Tate Jones. We talk. We make our predictions. All right. So you got a prediction league there. Shout out to my boy Champ Ross. By the way, he got a prediction league as well, and I fuck with Champ Ross. You know what I'm saying? Free Buttle. Is that you? Is that you, bro? Oh, that's you got a new name. Hashtag Free Buttle. Okay. My brother from down under right there. I know who you are. So Slugger, haven't spoken to you in a while, man. You got a new one there? What's the UGBC? Is that ugly goats beyond control or like ugly grannies? Busting Friskies?
Who are you
Or what
speaking
is
to out there?
UGBC?
Who are you speaking to out there?
I'm talking to Slugger. I'm joking with the chat right now.
Slugger, come on up, bro.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Slugger in a minute.
I'll stay up. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, man.
That's my boy Jed Kyle up in there. I didn't know he changed his name. I didn't know Jed Kyle changed his name on YouTube. But shout out to you, Jed.
Who
That's
changed your
I
name?
actually enjoy him. I enjoy him as well when he pops up on the channel. Jed Kyle. I actually have to email him because he's all he's all the way down under, and I don't like have a phone number that I'm gonna be hitting him up on. But I email him the link.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And I love when Jed Kyle pops up.
That's Jed Kyle free bundle.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't even know it, man. I see the picture now. I know who it is, man. I should have known. I he must have just got in the building. Shout out Jed Kiley, my bra. Yeah, man. Yeah, he's one of the good ones out there, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the gym. What was the name of his gym again?
Outlaw Boxing.
There we go. Shout out to Jed Kyle down on the man. That's a real one right there, y'all. He knows his fucking boxing.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So what's going on, man? Like Virgil Ortiz. Do you feel Virgil Ortiz can handle Terrence Crawford in his next fight?
Maybe. I mean, Bud hasn't been active in a while.
I like it. I know Virgil has a chin. I don't know if he has Bud power chin though. Bud change of pace type of chin, right? And that's what's intriguing to me because I know for a fact he's got power because he knocked out Kovaskis. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence didn't. Well, he did, but later on. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't the same kind of knockout, right? Where he dropped him a few times and he was just out of there. So I like Virgil Ortiz, and I like the way that he came respectful and said, "Look, I respect the Undisputed, but if they're not going to fight each other, I want my opportunity. I want to fight them next." Respect to that.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was telling Bruce. I was like, like these organizations, they have no they're letting the promotions have all the power and all the decision on who fights who. When I mean, if anything, it has to be the organizations, the ones that are they're putting in the rules. You know, be like, okay, so if he's ranked number one for my organization, then he has to fight the champion at that for whatever belt he's holding. I'm like, and it's not up to the promoter.
It
It's
should
like
be up to the fucking
I'm
fans, bro. It should be up to us. That's why
Should
this
be, man.
could be such a powerful fucking platform. We could really take over boxing if the money that owns YouTube devoted a little slice of it to boxing.
If the casuals didn't fucking just end up supporting the bullshit, because that's what we're fighting against. The pugilists are fighting against the casuals because the casuals are buying anything. They're buying whatever. But then the
yeah.
pugilists are saying this is not worth it. We need to boycott this. We can't promote this because if we do, you know, it's just going to continue to happen. And so we understand that, but they don't understand that. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what a casual is, Major. You know?
Yeah.
But a casual's the one that
I mean,
that comes to you and understands who Adrian Broner is, right? But doesn't understand who Jerron Boots Ennis is. You know what I'm saying? Like he never heard of Jerron Boots Ennis, but he still think that AB's relevant. You know what I mean? That's the casual.
Shit. Oh man, don't tell me I don't have a
I mean,
lighter
I
here.
think if like those like the quote unquote money guys start to slowly disappear from boxing, then we can boxing can definitely take a whole nother turn and start going the right direction.
Damn it, I need a lighter. This is bad. It's not in the couch cushions. Oh no.
Dude, I hate when that happens, bro. I have to buy. You got to buy the 5-packs. I always buy the 5-packs. When I'm down to 2 lighters, I'll get a 5-pack from like Walmart or from a dollar store or something of the
Where
Bics.
is that motherfucker?
Yeah, you got to have an extra one always on deck.
Lighter God takes them.
Well, sometimes you lose them in the couch. Sometimes you got kleptos. You know, there's kleptos in the house that, you know.
Nobody's in here, man. I'm a hermit down here. I don't like to breathe. Hang on, I gotta put this dog out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. So, yo, Oscar Prince, what did you think of? Well, I mean, like, honestly speaking, like, what's your favorite division right now?
I gotta say the 140 is a big one, and I think 175 for me. Those two are like the big divisions right now at the moment. Where, you know, if like for 175, if we could get undisputed, it's gonna be a big ass division because all these guys at 168, they have that opportunity to fucking move up if Canelo doesn't want to fight him. You know, you got guys like Benavidez. Hey, like fuck it, if Canelo don't want to fight you, just go.
Okay, so
up.
you're banking.
Move
So
up.
you're banking on the 168ers moving up. Then okay,
Yeah,
I can see that.
I'm
not even gonna argue that. I'm not even gonna argue that then because you know I like right now I don't see the actual depth in the division. But if the 168ers start moving up, then I can see that because I had like a debate with my boy IOTBA like a year and a half ago. And it was because he was telling me that the 140-pound division was the hypest division. I was saying no, the 135-pound. And he was saying, no, people are going to move up from 135. So eventually he became right? But at that moment, he wasn't right. And, you know, and I always give him a shout out still because I didn't even know that he would be right in the future. I just thought he was all around wrong, you know what I'm saying, with that prediction. But he was right. You know what I'm saying? Like 140-pound division is very fucking popping right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to do anything but become more popping.
Yeah, I had the 135 like pretty ranked high, but I mean, not really because I mean they're not doing much. I mean Haney just became undisputed, but then nobody wants to fight Haney.
That's true. Nobody been wanting to fight Haney. Now he got all the belts and they still don't want to fight him.
Yeah, I mean like the only thing I have against Haney is like he kind of didn't really work for undisputed. It kind of was like a giving thing. But hey, he fucking took care of business. That's all I like. You know, that's all you can really say about Haney.
I'm gonna say this. Go ahead. My bad.
No, that's all I was gonna say. That he took care of business, and I mean, Hey, I mean, Cambo's gonna use that rematch clause. I mean, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Here's what I feel. I feel like a lot of people are unfair with Haney, and I actually used to dislike his style, and then I just started respecting him because so many people were hating on him that I was like, man, look, I understand that Bill sometimes. I've talked to Bill multiple times. I got his number. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, Bill, for me, at the beginning, he was getting used to YouTube, and I didn't feel like he was carrying it the right way for his son. You know what I mean? He was getting involved with the underground negativity and shit like that. And I don't know, he was new to it. So like a lot of us were, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, though, he's a great father. He's trying to do well. And all we got to judge Devin Haney by is his skills. And when it comes to his skills, yeah, okay. So he was gifted a belt because Loma accepted another belt and somebody in his camp petitioned for that. Whether it was him or not, he still got that franchise belt. Tiafimo had the IBF. He went through the IBF route, right? And then he was able to fight, Tiafimo for because he was the only belt that Loma didn't have, right? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he lost. I think that they expected him to win, and that's why they didn't completely think out the whole franchise situation. So Tio beat the man that beat the man, so everybody considered him undisputed. However, he just didn't have that world title. And that's the whole confusion there, right? It's not Tio's fault. It's not anybody else's fault but the WBC. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
I get you.
yeah.
Major
So at the end
Keys,
of the day,
salute.
in the meantime, while he was doing all that, Haney literally defended his belt. So whether he won it or not, or he got it given to him, he still defended it up to that point.
No, I'm
And
not talking about his WBC. I'm talking about like undisputed. You know, like I don't feel like he did. He hadn't cleaned out the division to get to that point. That was like my only issue with Haney. Like he didn't work his way. Like be like guys
Mhm.
from different organizations to get to undisputed. That's the only thing where I had like my issue with like. That's why like when people say, "Oh, Haney's pound for pound," I'm like, I don't have him pound for pound because he hasn't cleaned out a division yet. You know, it's like he didn't beat guys to get to the main guy. It was just
I
like
wish it would have been. I wish it would have been like spread out, like what you're saying. I wish it would have been
yeah,
like that.
exactly.
But
Yeah, me
but
too.
but at the end of the day, like I have to give him at least the credit of the fact that look, Tio got it off of Loma. He only had the IBF. He won the rest of the belts through, Loma. Then this dude Cambosis won all the belts off of Tio. And then the one that had the only other belt was Haney, and then he beat it after defending it a few times, beat the other guy that had all the other belts. So it's all confusing. It's not the best scenario. I agree with you 1000% when it comes to that. I can't even get mad. You know what I'm saying?
Major, I got
Yeah.
some guests that came on here. Jed Kiley, I'm sorry, not Jed Kiley, man. My brother Carl Hansen jumped off. I got D Freeman on here. D Freeman, salute, brother. Thanks for coming by, man.
No
What's
problem,
going
man.
on,
What's
brothers?
going
How
on,
y'all doing?
guys? What's going on, fellas?
Chilling.
Oh, I got my security camera on, so I put my dog out. This way I can keep an eye on him. Sitting over here behind the fucking computer, still on the show, man. That's my front yard and my backyard.
Better
And the
watch
dog.
out for them boogaroos.
Well, see, if he comes here, bro, if he comes here, I'll catch him. I even have an alarm on one of these things, man. Let's see, where the fuck is it? I don't know if you can. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but yeah, here it is, right here. Let's see. Now,
I heard y'all talking about Virgil Ortiz. I think
let me turn that music down. What I'll have to do is do this. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Get this down. Get this down. Oof, I don't want to do that. Get this tuned.
but because the WBO is about to call the mandatory. The last time that they called the mandatory was August of last year when they named Sean Porter as the mandatory. And so they sat back and was letting Bud and Earl Spence try to negotiate this undisputed, which it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looked like But Earl is going to end up moving up to 54 and dropping the belts, and Bud is going to be left at 47. So the WBO is that because that fight was a WBO eliminator, and so Virgil is next in line to fight Bud if the Earl Spence fight doesn't happen. So I think they're going to end up naming Virgil within the next couple of weeks as the WBO mandatory.
So what's going to happen? Can Virgil still fight Errol Spence, or does that mean he has to fight? Does that mean he has to fight Bud before Bud fights? He has to fight Bud. Is that
Yeah, he's gonna end up fighting. He's gonna end up being called as Bud's mandatory because he's in the WBO. He just fought the WBO eliminator, and so I believe the WBO is gonna name their mandatory within the next 2 weeks. Because they sat back and tried to let the Spence and Bud Crawford undisputed fight happen, and it hasn't happened yet. And so we all know that Stanionis took step aside for EJ, so he's next in line for the WBA. And Boots just fought an IBF eliminator, so he's next in line for EJ. And Keith Thurman fought the WBC eliminator, so he's next in line for EJ. So
you know what's crazy, guys?
These mandatories about to be called.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy that we got Boots and Virgil as like the number 1 and 2, and then Conor Ben, Stanionis, Butaev, all these other dudes, right? But the crazy thing is that they won't mandate this fight. Why can't they just? Because obviously those are the top 2 in the division. Why don't they just fucking mandate the fight?
Talking about mandate EJ and Boots. I mean,
yeah,
Bud.
Bud. Yeah, it should be though. Like you see, what I'm saying, regardless of what the sanctioning bodies are, because at the end of the day, right, when we look at it, right, BoxRec, one of the more established ones, we all know that Bud and Spence are up there. Everybody knows that.
I mean, the only way that they can sanction, they can mandate this fight is all the sanctioning bodies has to be on one accord. All of the sanction bodies gotta
But I feel like at this point, that's what I'm trying to say though. At this point, I feel like there should be some kind of rule where it has to happen like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like. Yeah.
It should be. That's the reason why boxing is the way it is being viewed now, because there's no structure in boxing. That's why a lot of the boxing fans moved over to the MMA, because there's structure there. It's literally, if you beat this person, okay, you next in line to fight the champion. They have a structure. The boxing don't have a structure. It looks like it has a structure, but we all know, the real boxing fans all know, there's no structure in boxing. They make their rules however they want to make their rules.
That's why nobody's going to stick with boxing if fucking Errol Spence and Bud Crawford don't fight. Nobody's going to buy fucking Boots and Bud. I mean, that's fucking, to a real boxing fan, that's a slap in the fucking face. You know?
Yeah.
No structure whatsoever, bro.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like it's a fad. It's not like it's a flavor of the month where everybody talked about it last month and now they're talking about something different. We've been talking about this shit for like 5 years, bro. Like we need to fucking fight.
And you know what? Another reason why the sanctioning body ain't really trying to mandate this fight is because they can get more money if different people have the belts. Because if one person have all the belts, they gotta wait in line for their mandatory to come through. But if you got 4 different people that has a belt, you can mandate your fight. Every time it's time for you to mandate your fight, you don't have to wait in line. Because like right now, with Earl having 3 of the belts, they gotta wait for Earl and Stanionis to fight first, because he took step aside, so he's first in line. And then next it would be Boots and Earl Spence or Stanionis if Stanionis beat Earl. And then next it will be Keith Thurman. So they all gotta wait in line. So that's why they really ain't really trying to have an undisputed, although undisputed would make it better for the sport. They really don't want to have an undisputed, because now they got to wait in line to get that sanctioning fee. They can't get the sanctioning fee when they want to get the sanctioning fee. They got to wait in line.
Yeah, man. I don't understand, man. If you got this, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let's talk in Bruce's terms, right? If you got this high grade bud, right, and you know it's high grade, right? Why you gonna wait around to see if you get a better deal next time when you got the high grade shit right now? You know what I'm saying? You need to take it off the plate, make it yours. You know, and
I
that's
don't
that.
understand that because it's supposed to be a business to make money. There is no how to fight at welterweight. There is no fight that's going to make more money. I don't care if they have to have two promotions cross each other. There's enough to be made with that fight.
Right.
Because at welterweight there is no other big fight. But yet you're telling me that they're making Ortiz the number one contender. So now Bud has to fight Ortiz in a certain amount of time or lose his belt. If all the belts are on the line, then fucking Bud and Errol's not going to be as valuable as it once was. It's going to be like Floyd and Manny, you know? It's going to be devalued.
Well, a unification would trump a mandatory. It's all a matter of if the person that has the other belt is willing to sit down at the table and come to an agreement. It's like we've been waiting for this fight since Earl beat Ugas in April. And he's been trying to get this fight.
Before fucking April, we've been waiting for this for years.
Right. I mean, yeah, we've been waiting for it for years, but it's been more realistic because Earl said what he was going to do, that he was going to get all the belts before he fought for that belt. He said, I'm going to get all these belts, and then once I get all these belts, I'm coming for that belt. So now that is literally here now, we've been waiting since April, and from all what everybody's been saying, Bud's been trying to get Earl Spence all this time. Now the fight is here. Why is it not happening? The fight is here now.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. And I haven't seen Errol say anything about it, and I haven't seen Bud say anything about it. So until then, man, everything else it's just YouTube fucking rumors, man, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Until we see the actual terms of the contract, the participants, what's hanging it up, we don't know that shit. We're not privy to that. That's way above my pay grade, man. You know, and I'm not gonna
don't worry about Carpenter neither.
How it is when they don't know either, you know.
Yeah, man. Yo, shout out to Remy though, man. That's my brother for a long
Remy's
time,
my
man.
Brother, man. I
he's
didn't
a big supporter, man. Yeah, he's been a big supporter, man. Shout out to Remy, man. I love that dude.
Remy sent me some scale model vehicles over here, some fucking antique cars and antique truck. I'm looking at them right now. I look at them every day, man. Shout out to you, Remy, man.
Yeah, no, Remy is a very, like, when you see Lisa Bales, when you see let's say a Tony Boswell, a Toby Bartlett, when you see folks like that, like Remy is a real supporter of YouTube. I've noticed that over the years. He's on every channel. He's always been consistent. He's not a troll. He's a very solid guy, bro.
Too, man.
Straight up.
We're all in the same boat over here, bro. We love each other. We love boxing. And till the day I die, man, I love fucking boxing. I see how crooked it is, how much bullshit that's going on, but yet I'm still here every fucking day talking about it, waiting for the next match to come up, waiting for the next bouts, because it's fucking, it's the only thing that keeps me fucking sane. Jackson, salute, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, I got my security camera up so I can look at my dog over here, man. I'm waiting. Oh, there. Do I see him right there?
The one thing I will say, I've been sitting here trying to follow all this stuff back and forth. Been listening to everybody. I've been listening to Bernie talk about what he's talking about, even though I know Bernie don't really know shit about what the fuck he's talking about, because he switch up every so often. He say one thing one day, then the next day is something totally different. But then I've been hearing from EJ camp. I'm like, this shit gotta happen. This shit gotta happen, because if it don't happen, it's gonna go down the same way Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis went down. And the only person that regretted that fight was Riddick Bowe. Lennox Lewis went on with his career. Like right now, Bud really has nowhere else to go. He doesn't have a network, and all of the fighters that he want to fight is on the PBC side. So you really have nowhere else to go. You gotta take this fight.
Well,
and I'm not saying he's not trying to take the fight, but we got to make this shit happen.
You know, you mentioned the Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis fight. Now, see that fight. I'll tell you why that fight didn't happen. That fight was signed, bro. They had a fucking multi-million-dollar purse. They were gonna split 20 million. That was ready to go, bro. Fucking Lennox Lewis did what you were just talking about, man. He took on one of those fucking mandatories, one of those fucking number one contenders, and what happened, bro? He ran into a guy named Oliver McCall. He got knocked out. He had to go to the back of the class again. Riddick Bowe fucking went and fucking fell in love with his refrigerator. So that fight was canceled. The reason I say that is because right now, Bud and Errol, if they don't fight, you know what could happen? You know what fucking Virgil Ortiz could do to throw a wrench in this whole fucking plan? Dude, I mean, business would say, get these fuckers in the ring together. Make this fight. These guys are pawns. The business of boxing wants to make this fight. Fucking sign this fucking thing. Get it going. I really don't think it's the fighters who are stopping this fight. That's the way I'm looking at it, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if the fighters don't want to fight, or if it's the business of boxing. I'm just looking at it as, yeah, if this is a business, we all know this is the biggest fight in boxing right now. Right now, there's no fight bigger than Bud versus Earl Spence.
No doubt about it.
So that's going to make the most money, because the Triple G fight with Canelo, nobody really wanted to see that fight. Canelo even said it out of his own mouth. He didn't want to fight Triple G a third time. But he took that deal, and so now he fights Triple G a third time.
And then I'm hearing that fight is big in other parts of the world. Not so much in the United States, but overseas, in Australia, in England, in Japan.
Which one?
It's
Which one?
In Mexico.
Which one are y'all talking about? My bad. I just took my ear off. Which fight y'all talking about?
Triple G Canelo, the third fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's big over there because, for one, Mexico, they support Canelo, and then Triple G, he's from overseas, so they support their fighters overseas. But yeah, it's big over there. It's not big here. It's not gonna make no.
But Mexico also likes Triple G too, though. Triple G's got a lot of fans in Mexico too.
You know, my independent thoughts on that are, if this fight could be signed, if it was going to make more money than ever been made at welterweight, I really think that the powers that be would fucking have this fight signed, bro. I really do, man. I think Errol would be satisfied. Fucking Crawford would be satisfied. Fucking contracts would be signed, sealed, and delivered. And if this fight doesn't happen, what a stain it's going to be on boxing, man.
Hey, I'm starting to believe what Bob Earl said. It might have something to do.
I just got to pee on the side of the house, so don't mind me, guys. Because I'm not walking all the way out right there.
I believe nothing Bob Earl says.
I don't believe most stuff that Bob Earl say, but it's starting to seem like what he said is true. It might have something to do with the Dana Can-I-Am, because like Jose said in the chat, I've heard that too, that the fight has already been signed. I've heard that the split was a 55-45, and the fight has already been signed, but this fight has not been announced yet. And I'm trying to figure out what's the holdup. Why has it not been announced? Because I heard from multiple sources that this fight has already been signed, but for some reason they have not announced this fight yet.
Nope. Fucking insane, man. Oh, there's my dog. See him up there, man?
Yeah.
I catch him in the yard. Hey, I'll put him on the full screen. There he is. I don't have to get up. He can do it. He can go in the yard and do his thing.
That's why you and Mad Chat get along so well, man. Y'all brothers are old school, and y'all say the yard instead of the yard.
We go in the yard. I didn't even know I said it like that.
You do. Trust me.
Everybody I talk to talks. They all talk funny. I don't know why, man.
I know we
Everybody I
all have
know.
different little different things that we do, but
No,
I noticed the New England slang is with the Boston and the you know the yad and the you know the cat, you know.
see that son of a bitch is looking at the door right now, waiting for me to go out there and get him because he knows I always have to give him a cookie. So I'll put the fucking see right now he's right at the tip of the stairs.
Yeah, man. Yo, I'm gonna chime off, Bruce. I just wanted to show some love to you, man. And yo, shout out to Remy with his surgery, man. Good luck with all of that, man. Got mad love for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Remy, man.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna put the dog out, man. You guys just hang on, listen to the music. I'll be back in 2 seconds, man. You'll see me out there bringing that dog in the house. I guess everybody bailed out of here on me. Remy, my brother, Jose. Yeah, did you see the dog's tricks out there? I tried to have him do a couple. I figured I might get him on camera for you. Did he do it all right? I've only got one. I've got four. Well, three. The one that goes out at the bay. It's like a split eye kind of a thing where it's got the right side of it and the left side of it. And then I got the ones in the yard there. There's actually only three. I got enough to put a couple more in here. I'll probably get another one, and it's a lot of fun. It's not that expensive. It's like, kind of like a treat me and my wife gave ourselves after years of living in fear, only having Bruno over here to protect us. So now we moved into the 21st century. And we're doing our thing over here, man. El Pinche, salute, bro. Good to see you in here, my brother. Big Texas, man. Salute, bro. I don't want to miss anybody, man, because, I go to some people's channels and they don't shout me out. And I know it's not personal. I know you can miss it. Andre, salute, my brother. I got you, Chan. I got Jackson, Coco. Yeah, because, I go there and I I used to take it personal. I kind of still do sometimes, but since I've been doing this, I understand. Sometimes you try to pay attention to your train of thought. Like I got the cameras on before with the fucking the shit going on with the dog and stuff, and you miss some of the family that comes by, and you don't shout them out, and sometimes you're just like, what the fuck, bro? You don't like me now? Because it's crazy on here, man. Shit gets started. But anyway, man, I always try to shout out everybody that comes in here. I hope you give me a thumbs up, man. Thanks for sticking around, man. I know there's been quite a few people here, man, for this little impromptu thing I did tonight. And I appreciate that, man. I really do. And see, I'm not going to be doing a show on Tuesday night. I usually do the Tuesday night fights, and I have to go in for a little operation myself, man. I'm going to get a little eye surgery done. And I thought it was an in and out thing, man, but they called me this week and they told me, it's like 3.5 hours, and my wife can't even go in there and wait. So it's like, but they're gonna knock you out all that shit. You can't eat before you go there. Obviously, and when they tell you that means because if you vomit when you're under anesthesia, you'll choke to death. So you got to go in there with an empty stomach. And anyway, man, I'm not gonna be in any condition to do the show on Tuesday evening, which kind of sucks, man, because I had a good one coming on here with you, man. I didn't want to say it now because I might jinx it, but this cat was a fucking tough motherfucker back in the fucking 80s, the 90s, man. Whew. Oh yeah. But anyway, man, I thank you guys for coming in here. This is Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Definitely, everybody out there, man. Everybody comes in, I give you a shout out, and I thank you for coming in here, bro. You really, it's great to have you. Pass the night away. It's almost time to lock the joint down and take my melatonin. Blood, salute to you, my brother. Fucking kick back and do it another day, bro. But like I said, man, no fights this Tuesday night, man. My brother George was heartbroken. Mad Chad. G5, our special guest, fuck, man. But anyway, man, we'll be doing it again soon. And, I'm around here. I do these little impromptu things. I just kind of like to pop up different times. I don't see anybody happening out there. And stepping on toes is just what we have to do out here, man. Nobody owns there's only 24 hours in a day. And if you can get out there, bro, don't hesitate, man. Turn your live on. Don't worry about anybody, man. Don't worry about overstepping somebody, man. There's 37 million fucking channels out here, bro. 37 million YouTube channels. I asked Sorry or whatever her name is the other day. One last hit of that sweet sensimilla with you, man. Thank you, cats, for coming in here, man. Bruce Goes, boxing, jazz, and more. I'm out of here, man. Peace.